Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. We're talking about the importance of being present in the assembly of the Lord's people every time the doors are open. You need to find a congregation of people who teach the biblical plan of salvation. You need to find a congregation where people worship as it is prescribed within the pages of the New Testament. And you need to be faithful in your attendance. To have the attitude that it really doesn't matter whether you're faithful in your attendance or not actually betrays some very toxic attitudes, some very toxic ideas. I want to talk about that for just a little bit, and we're going to be thinking about this the rest of this week and next week. First of all, if we have a careless attitude toward our attendance, it reveals a light attitude toward discipleship. Now you remember, Jesus said that if we're going to be His disciples, we must take up our cross and follow Him. We've got to deny ourselves. Well, look at Matthew chapter 22, beginning at verse number 2. The kingdom of heaven is like a certain king who arranged a marriage for his son, sent out his servants to call those who were invited to the wedding, and they were not willing to come. Again, he sent out other servants, saying, tell those who are invited, see, I prepared my dinner, my oxen, my fatted cattle are killed, and all things are ready. Come to the wedding. Now listen to verse 5. But they made light of it. Just think about how amazing that is. Here the king is inviting them to this great wedding feast, and they say, that's no big deal. We have the opportunity to assemble with all the saints, to worship God, to study His Word, to sing songs of praises. And there are people who say, I'd rather go to the lake. I'd rather watch the game. I'd rather sleep in. They made light of it. Let me tell you something. That is a toxic attitude that will cost you your soul. There are many people who have the attitude, I don't have to come back on Sunday night. I don't need to be here on Wednesday night. I don't need to be present for other activities of the church. Friends, that is a toxic attitude. Now, the Lord understands sometimes maybe your health won't permit you or other things, but just to have the attitude, I'd rather not be there, is a toxic attitude. Join us again tomorrow.